Why do knuckles crack? The science behind that strange sound. Intro. Have you ever pulled your fingers and heard that satisfying crack sound? Millions of people do it every day. Some say it's harmless. Others believe it causes arthritis. But what really happens inside your fingers when your knuckles crack? Today, we're going to uncover the science behind one of the most common sounds the human body can make. And the truth may surprise you. What are knuckles? Before we understand the cracking sound, we first need to understand what a knuckle actually is. Your fingers contain several small joints. A joint is the place where two bones meet. These joints allow your fingers to bend, move, grip objects, and perform countless tasks throughout the day. Inside each joint is a special liquid called synovial fluid. This fluid acts like a lubricant. It helps the bones move smoothly against each other without causing damage. Without this fluid, moving your fingers would be much more difficult and painful. The mystery of the cracking sound. For decades, scientists debated what causes the famous cracking sound. Some believed it happened when tiny gas bubbles formed inside the joint. Others thought the sound occurred when those bubbles burst. To find the answer, researchers used advanced MRI scanners to observe finger joints in real time. What they discovered was fascinating. When you pull or stretch a finger, the bones inside the joint move slightly apart. This creates a sudden drop in pressure inside the synovial fluid. As the pressure drops, dissolved gases within the fluid quickly form a bubble. The rapid formation of this bubble creates the cracking sound. In other words, the sound is produced by the creation of a gas bubble inside the joint. Why can't you crack the same finger immediately again? Have you ever noticed that after cracking a finger, you usually can't crack it again right away? That's because the gas bubble remains inside the joint for a short period of time. The bubble needs time to dissolve back into the synovial fluid. This process can take around 15 to 30 minutes. Only after the gases are reabsorbed can another cracking sound occur. That's why repeated attempts usually don't work immediately. Does cracking your knuckles cause arthritis? This is perhaps the biggest myth surrounding knuckle cracking. For years, people have warned their children. Stop cracking your knuckles or you'll get arthritis. But scientific research tells a different story. Several studies have found no clear evidence that habitual knuckle cracking causes arthritis. One famous doctor even conducted an experiment on himself. For more than 50 years, he cracked the knuckles on one hand while leaving the other hand untouched. At the end of the experiment, there was no significant difference between the two hands. The results suggested that knuckle cracking alone does not cause arthritis. Are there any risks? Although knuckle cracking doesn't appear to cause arthritis, excessive force may not be a good idea. If someone constantly twists or pulls their fingers aggressively, it could irritate surrounding tissues. Some people may experience temporary soreness. Others may notice mild swelling. However, for most healthy individuals, occasional knuckle cracking is generally considered harmless. The important thing is to avoid forcing the joints beyond their normal range of motion. Why do people enjoy cracking their knuckles? Many people describe the sensation as satisfying or relieving. Some feel a reduction in tension after hearing the crack. Others simply enjoy the feeling of movement in their joints. Researchers believe this satisfaction may be related to changes in pressure inside the joint and the stimulation of nearby nerve endings. For some people, it even becomes a habit similar to tapping a pen or bouncing a foot. Other body parts that can crack. Finger joints aren't the only parts of the body that produce cracking sounds. Many people experience similar sounds in their neck, back, shoulders, knees, ankles, toes. In many cases, these sounds occur for similar reasons involving joints, tendons, and changes in pressure. Most of the time, these sounds are normal. However, if cracking is accompanied by pain, swelling, or limited movement, medical attention may be necessary. When should you see a doctor? A cracking sound by itself is usually nothing to worry about. But you should consider seeing a health care professional if you experience persistent pain, swelling, redness, joint stiffness, reduced movement, a sudden injury before the cracking began. These symptoms could indicate an underlying joint problem that requires evaluation. Conclusion. So, what causes that famous knuckle cracking sound? The answer lies inside your joints. When pressure suddenly changes, gases within the synovial fluid form a bubble, producing the characteristic crack. Despite what many people believe, scientific evidence shows that normal knuckle cracking does not appear to cause arthritis. For most people, it's simply an interesting and harmless phenomenon of the human body. The next time you hear someone crack their knuckles, you'll know exactly what's happening beneath the skin. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating science and health facts. Thanks for watching.